Hi, my name's Chase Reeves, and I'm about to review the shit out of this bag. This, my friends, is the Tom Bihn Synapse 25, and I have a lot of things to share about it. Lot of complex feelings, lot of amazing features that I'm gonna show you in this review. But first, what are we gonna review this bag by? I believe this is really effectively a daily carry bag. It's like a daily carry bag plus, because I think where this bag really shines is in your minimal travel, your single bag travel bag sort of thing. So we're gonna get into that. So as a sort of daily carry, sort of minimal travel bag, I think we judge it by how does it look, right? Can it fit your stuff, right? Is it durable enough that it's gonna break on you? And then number 4, what is it like to use? So let's get into that first and foremost with, can it fit your stuff? Now, you're looking at this bag and you're going, a lot of zippers, because there are. And you're saying, sort of like a weird look. We're gonna get into that. Let's show all of these pockets that we have. All right, first and foremost, we gotta start with the big one. So, you've got these huge YKK. This big one is at number 10. All these others are number 8s, which is just like the bigger the number, the bigger the teeth on the things. But they all have the Aqua Seal liner on the inside. So everything on this bag is water resistant. You can't submerge it underwater. But when you're in a rain, Southeast Asia, and you're booking it, like you might have a chance. This is pretty good. So the zippers are badass on this thing. Then you open up this guy. All right, so now we have got in the main compartment where it looks like it's really simple, okay? You have a divider right here, which I naturally put my computer and my big ass notebook. I'm journaling like every day. And it's amazing. It's like the best skill you could possibly do if you're trying to do something with your life. Check out more or pay attention at fizzle.co, my business, because I'm definitely going to be doing some stuff about how we can do journaling. Anyways, what are we talking about? We're talking about this bag. All right, so simple little, like, almost like it was made more for shoes or something like that. And I just use it for the laptop. It goes all the way down to the bottom of the bag, so my laptop is not very protected from the bottom when I use it just with that. More on this in a second. Okay, so you have this one big divider, and then you just have a space. This is one of the Tom Bihn packing cube type things. This is what I travel with, all right? This is almost all I travel with. Then on top of this, I have my toiletries, which I'll show you, and a jacket or a sweater. Normally there's like a sweater, a thin sweater in here, and a jacket that I'm traveling with on the plane. If you haven't seen my other videos on the Manal, on the Tortuga, on the Air Travel Pack, on the Patagonia MLC, I tell you, if you watch those video reviews, you'll learn more about how I feel about traveling is a very big deal when you can travel minimally. All right, which doesn't mean you hate your life. It actually means the opposite. So watch those videos for more about like my philosophy of travel. Ugh, I can't believe I said that sentence. This is just a simple packing cube. This could easily fit more than just this one. But you throw your thing in there. You've got room for another one if you needed it. What's so great about this, and please remind me to get into this. I don't know what it's like to use. Now, what's up against my back when my computer's in the middle like that? It's soft, cushy stuff with, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a very natural curve. I'm amazed how much I noticed that when I was walking around traveling with this bag. Okay, so back to the first thing, which is, can this fit all of your stuff? So this looks like a very simple thing. I think for travel, for a single person, this is like plenty. A lot of you, if you have the babies and stuff like that, you gotta put more crap in your bag, which is rough. I'm about to have a daughter. Does it have enough space? I think absolutely, for your main stuff. Why also is because all of these pockets on the front of the bag, that's where you're putting all your knickknacks and your other things. So for example, this pocket right here, it's a big ass pocket. It's kind of an interesting size. You could easily stuff your jacket in here, even if it's a relatively, biggish jacket. You could stuff it into here if you wanted. They also make these like packing sacks, like pack sacks. They're for packing. but they're sacks. And you shove those in, and you pull them with a drawstring, and they could fit into, or like my Patagonia or puffy jacket type stuff could fit into something like this. So what I use this pocket for is this is just my toiletries. Okay, it could have fit up there, but I only need, the only things I put down in here are my toiletries and then my power supply for my laptop, my MacBook Pro. All right, which ends up being like great. You have it really accessible when you need it. If you're in the bathroom at the airport and you need to put some, you need to get some LA Looks gel in your hair because you gotta get those spikes going. You know what I mean, bro? Okay, another thing though about this bag, which I don't know when the right time to get into this is, but they got all of these little O-rings. Okay, here in this pocket they have 1, 2, 3. All right, and there's probably some at the bottom and all around. Inside the main compartment, all right, there are more O-rings, okay? One here, there's a flapper blue right there. Another flappy here and here, all right? You seeing what the ideas are here? The O-rings, and I think there's probably more down at the bottom. What these are for is Tom Bihn makes like loads of these kinds of things. Loads of them. Loads of them. Loads of them. Like loads of them. Like loads of them. Like loads of them. So many of these kinds of things that if you have, like, if you're like, right now there's just some dude with like a case full of dongles going like, oh my God. If you're like, I wish I had a thing for organizing these things that I do, like that's what these O-rings are for, okay? They have this little clip system, clips right on, easy to get off, and that way you can reach into your bag and you can see everything that you need. I'm not much of a dongle person like that anymore. I literally carry everything that I need in like I'm a drug addict, like little bags like this. Okay, so this accessory thing, they go hard on at Tom Bihn. They want you to be able to design and set up this bag however you want to design and set it up. Now, the minimalist in me just looks at that and goes like, oh, that's an opportunity for clutter. So I end up preferring not to do any of that stuff. However, there are some that you might really dig, like little things that you can organize your stuff in, or this is their like computer cache thing, and this clips in to this bag. So I'll show you what that looks like. Now, as I said before, there's these little loops. On the bottom, there's 2, and on the top, there's 2. And then on this guy, there's some clips. They use a little rail system like that, so you can clip this thing into the bag, and then you can pull it out TSA style. Now, I haven't set this up like this on this bag yet, so I don't know exactly what it'll be like. But one of the things they love about this bag, as you can see, I'm just hooking this into this, guys. I love these hooks. I love all of the peripherals that these guys do. You know, Tom Bihn, like there's a lot of the looks of the bag that I'm kind of like, but then the geekiness of it, like the sheer like delight they seem to have about the details is like, it's making me fall in love with them. Again, I just threw my laptop, I just traveled with this for about 5 days, and I just threw my laptop in that thing. I never had any worries about it because I don't throw my bag. I'm not a monster. Okay, so I've clipped this thing into the bag, all right? And then the story is now you can pull it out and lay it next to your bag, okay? TSA style, that's actually kind of cool. My laptop can fit right inside of this little cachet guy. And dun-dun-dun, got my backpack set up with my laptop in there. I still got plenty of room to throw my notebook in. I haven't added much to the weight of the bag. I've just given my computer a little bit of padding, and if I really want to, I can, I don't know if you guys, I never like put my laptop in and then close this over, because what I really wouldn't like is for any parts of the laptop to be, you know, visible or potentially vulnerable to some sort of, I don't know, denting or dust, right? I never close this shit. I'm never gonna like, you know, dip that in there and go like, oh, now now it's safe. So I always fold these things. If I don't, I'm just gonna cut them off or just fold them in so that I can easily slide my suckers in and out. And, you know, the dream of the TSA travel is now this thing can do this. I might just have to do this next time I travel with it, see what it's really like to do. Of course, it all depends on what TSA agent you get. And by the way, when the laptop was in there, really easy to put that in to that, because I like this. This is what this bag has converted me to. if you can put your computer in the middle of your bag instead of right up against your back. So stupid, it's just straight, right? Whereas this is soft, pliable, cushy, and you can actually, it'll like bend and break to your back over time. Okay, so you see how this is a small looking bag, but when you can put this kind of stuff in it, it's like, that's a lot more space than I thought I'd be able to have in this bag. So anyways, they have loads of accessories for this kind of thing that you can clip into the O-rings that they have on the sides of this bag or the rail system straps that they have. It's non-stop clips over here. Okay, that's 2 of the pockets. Okay, can it fit your stuff? All right, this outside one, I love throwing, like I said, I love that I can just throw my toiletries in there. I can also throw them up at the top of the bag with the rest of that stuff and then use this for a sweater or for snacks or for who knows what. So great, like medium-sized pocket here. Then check this out, all right? This top pocket, this is your water bottle pocket. That's what it's actually designed for. This is my vapor collapsible water bottle, which I like. It's about 1 liter, I'd say, maybe 750 milliliters or something like that. I don't know. And it fits. They designed this center pocket just for water bottles. Like you could do anything you wanted, but it goes down to about there. Okay, they have their own water bottle that apparently fits perfectly in there. But one of the things that they cared a lot about was like, I don't want the weight of a water bottle on one side or the other, because this pack, they want you to be able to go non-stop with this thing. Like it's just comfortable. It's not leaning on one side or the other. You're not adjusting it all the time. So that that big center pocket for your water bottle, also O-rings. For fucking Daryl out there who's just like, hey man, do they have an O-ring in there? Oh fuck, they do, man. Oh, I'm gonna put my pens in that one. Okay, just below that, it's like a little, this is my quick access pocket, all right? Where I put my headphones, and then my, like a bag of snacks. Chocolate covered almonds, weed cookies, whatever. Then on the side, you have these 2 pockets where basically identical. Okay, they each have, you know, clips and O-rings and stuff in them. I use this one for my this is my dongles, a little extra cash, extra pair of headphones for when I want like more quiet, and then like, you know, pills, hand wipe, you know, what is that? Chapstick? Okay, there is a little pocket. A little tiny, oh, so nice. Little pocket in here you could throw some shit in. And like I said, an O-ring so you could just fucking O the shit out of your rings. Oh, shit rings, more like it. You can use that, Tom. Then on this side, another one, I throw my glasses with a simple minimal glass case in there. And then on this side, they have more of like I just carry this one Bic pen right now. Fallen in love with just like baloney, regular ass ballpoint Bic pens. Like it's the cheapest pen you could possibly get, and your ideas are still like super good. O-rings and a couple more things for your pens or your glasses type stuff. So the main gist here is this. From my perspective, because of these, the stuff that you might need to like get into your packing cube or something like that gets to go into here. All of these, because of this sort of profoundly like nice organization front, like top of you. Think about how easy it is to get into this when you're traveling versus getting into a packing cube or something clipped onto an O-ring on the inside, right? Because of this organization and the depth and the bigness of this bag feels even bigger when you're packing it out, right? So you've got organization enough to get quick access stuff, as well as this like sort of medium tier. I need to throw my sweater in, I need to have some snacks, I need to have my toiletries or whatever, just throwing shit in here. That means that everything in here is just your clothes or whatever you need for your minimal travel, right? Just shove your shit in there. So that means you have tons of space actually to fit that stuff, especially when you're using packing cubes to compress things a little bit more, to keep them a little more organized. And then on top of that, to put the laptop in the middle of the bag, because this is the thing that has flat on the back, right? This whole thing is flat on the back, so laptop goes up against that. Then this thing can bulge, can stretch. You've got that huge YKK number 10 Aqua Seal, Aqua Guard Seal zipper. So it's like you can tear the shit out of this thing. You can pull hard as you want. It's gonna hold it together. So can you fit your stuff? Sir, I declare that you can. Okay, so for, is it durable? I want to show you some of this stuff, okay? So first of all, I went for like a halcyon black on this material. It is like very real deal material, I guess is I guess the way I want to describe it. It feels like nylon, but something about it feels a little more sort of soft quality than just the nylon you might be used to. So the feel of this stuff, the way that things are stitched, okay, the way that the edges are put together, this thing, fabric-wise, like material-wise, zipper-wise, okay, when you're looking at this big-ass zipper, holy good God, that's the 10, the YKK 10 with the Aqua Seal. You can see that that's sort of glossy on the inside. That's the Aqua Guard, or I think it's Aqua Guard because the Aqua Seal is actually waterproof. This is not waterproof, like submergible, but rather water resistant on all of these zippers. Okay, let's look at the straps. Now the straps are like, there's like almost nothing to write home about here. It's just a basic sort of nice padding. Now, nothing about this bag is basic, right? So I know that this is some fucking, like, same thing they use in NASA for something. The feel of it, though, is like, okay, yeah, it's solid. And in use, it's just comfortable. It's just comfortable, that's all. One thing I wouldn't mind is this handle right here to have been a little bit, I don't know, to have cared for me just a little bit more with this. But I wouldn't mind if this wasn't just a piece of webbing. That's what I always pay attention to, those handles. And there's just some innovations, like the good GUD bag I just reviewed last time. They sew this together. Like that's what's a little bit smaller, and even just that is like, oh, that's a nice touch. That's a good touch. Okay, now looking at like where this thing is put together, like the sewing on this, I really kind of can't see much. It's all underneath this padding and this mesh here, but like here's the thing, you know, when you're dealing with a bag like this, when you're dealing with a manufacturer like this, you're watching the decisions that they're making and you just go like, oh, I don't know, I just trust you. I just trust you. Note, they do also have like a little place down here, these little loops for a hip belt that mine came with. I'm not sure if that's an accessory or that it comes with it, so check into that if that matters to you. Just a thin, nylon webbing thing. It looked like it would be more uncomfortable, honestly, to wear than just this. Because with this on, can I just share just like what it feels like? Put this on because my clothing's right there, and because this thing just does like a little I don't know. You see that little curve thing? Everything about that is like, it was so simple. But it's so profound when you experience it. It's like, oh, duh. So, is it durable? Yes, sir. I submit that this is durable. This will last. I think this is these guys are making some of the most, when I look at Tom Bihn bags, I just feel like a real through line from like the 70s Kelty type of thing. And those looks on the 70s, even just like the REI bags, some of my favorite things, going through the airport, and I saw a guy with a Sierra Designs, like an old Sierra Designs bag, and it was so like, he had it for 30 fucking years. That's what you want. Do you know what I mean? And it was just paper thin nylon sack. It's just it. So simple. This is the kind of bag from these guys, the things that they're making, same thing. 30 years, you will still have this bag. So if you don't like the look of it now, you probably won't like it then. But if you're the kind of guy that's like, I want something that'll last for days and days and days, I just don't have to think about another bag, like booyah, you're into it. So will this bag last? Absolutely. I give it the 100% seal of approval. Now, I think this needs to be said. What does this bag look like? The bummer about this bag is I'm used to my bag giving me an aesthetic. This is something I want from a bag. because maybe I'm insecure, or because in my generation, the tribe that you're in, the way that you're signaling, hey, I'm this kind of guy, I'm a tactical daily carry guy, hey, I'm like a Kenneth Cole Slick kind of guy, hey, I'm like a rustic Americana Filson kind of guy, right? We're all doing this, whether or not we know it or not. And to me, that's branding. That's branding. Branding is what I do with your product to make me feel to my friends like a certain kind of person, right? And what this bag makes me feel like is just sort of like a dad. You know, I want like a little more from my bag than that usually. When I first saw this bag, I was like, no. I want my bag to look like waxed canvas. I want it to have like leather straps. I want it to have a look, right? You understand? I want to be a mover and a shaker, and I want to be hip. When I traveled with this recently, I was down in LA with my friends who were like fancy wedding photographers and singers and bands, the guys that I just love. But I showed up with this thing, right? Which is profoundly a useful, utilitarian, functional bag, where when you fall in love with it, it's because of these design details. It's because of their outlook, their point of view. And what the experience has been in use is I've fallen in love with it more and more and more. Partly because I feel like I'm talking to a human when I'm using this bag, because these are design decisions that these guys have been making. So, how does this bag look? You're looking at it. You're either sensitive to what it looks like or you're not. Like some of you are out there just going like, I don't see what the fucking problem is. This thing looks great. That's fine. It's a backpack. That's what it's for, right? And others of you with, with your like camera, your old school like vintage camera hanging around your neck on a leather strap with a wide brim felt hat and like boots and shit. You're going like, yeah, I'm not gonna use that backpack. And I straddle both those. I like that. I care for both these people. I am both these people. All right? So that's my take on the looks of this bag. Now, finally, what is it like to use? I have been peppering this throughout. I effectively have given you everything I have on this throughout because I couldn't help myself. Are you kidding me? This bag is a delight to use. It's a delight to use. First and foremost, I just have to mention again, because your clothing, you can set your laptop on the back of the bag. You can do it that way if you prefer. I would totally recommend putting your laptop in the middle of the bag so that your clothing is up against your back, because then you can take advantage of this rounded lumbar thing down there. And then, what I've noticed is I've been pulling this in tight, and I'm like good to go. Hours I can go with this because it's small. I'm not carrying too much stuff. It's minimal, but it's big enough to carry all the stuff that I need. And I've got padding against my back, right? My soft clothes just on the other side of this that kind of conforms to my back with a layer of that that mesh padding stuff that they have in here. So it doesn't, I haven't noticed it getting, this can only work as much as it can work, right? But it does a pretty good job. So just the carry of the bag, minus this handle thing. I do think we could do better on the handle. The carry of the bag, walking around with it, is a delight. Probably the best. I've never carried a simple bag like this and noticed what it's like to carry. Do you know what I mean? Like this, I noticed. Okay, the other thing, all of your organization out here, I'm for it. I like it, all right? I've gotten used to these pockets. I got my pen and my glasses. I got my quick stuff here in terms of my headphones and my snacks. I've got my dongle, things that I might need when I'm traveling, but I almost never ever get into thing right here. I've got my toiletries, my power brick for my laptop, and my water bottle up here that's not flapping around, it's not hanging out, okay? It's like, this is kind of open, it's like showing me something new about travel. It's like I didn't think, because I was living in the world of what bags look like, these guys were innovating on this shit. And this whole bag feels like an innovation, right? So, what's it like to use? It's a delight. So, this is the Tom Bihn Synapse 25, okay? They make a smaller version of this bag, the 19, which is very small. It's like, looks a lot, I think in the pictures at least, it looks a lot smaller. But you've heard me ranting and raving and gushing about this whole time, all right? If you have questions, ask them in the comments below. I love this company, Tom Bihn. I'm going to be reviewing a few more of their bags here in the next little while, so if you're interested in more, please subscribe. But I have an enormous amount of respect for this bag company, because I just think you can find a bag that makes you, that helps you figure out who the hell you are. I think the stuff that you own ends up owning you, is from Fight Club, right? And that can be bad, unless there are these few situations, these few products where you're interacting with a designer, with a human, with intentions, with someone who said, like, I hate when this happens, so we did it this way instead, right? This is someone who's literally caring for you. I don't know if you feel this way about products, but I do. I feel like there's almost a spirituality to product making, and I sense that in what they're doing. It's almost like the materials and everything, they're like, why would I care more about that than what it needs to do? Like, and what it needs to do is be a delight to use, to literally solve problems that you didn't know how to explain that you had before, because you just assumed you had to live in a world without love. We're getting deep. Okay, that is the Synapse 25 from Tom Bihn. I think you guys are awesome. Please share this video if you're into it with your friend. Like, who of us, like, you're probably the only person in your friend group that, like, feels the way you do about bags, aren't you? You are. You can't even share this bag. It's fine. We can't share. But just, subscribe to the channel, and over time we'll create a little community of people who just can't help but feel the way we do about bags. I have been Chase Boardman Reeves. Please check out my podcast, The Fizzle Show, where we talk about how to earn a living doing something that you actually care about, right? Because most businesses fizzle out. So if you're a creative, independent, small business person, that's what I care about. That's what my business is all about, with my partner Corbett and our friend Steph, and the whole gang is badass at fizzle.co. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.